Shalom, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this word. I just got this article out of Russia Today, RT.com. It's dated February 27th, 2024. It's titled Catastrophic Scenario if NATO Troops Deploy to Ukraine, top Russian senator. So basically they're saying, because the France president, French, is considering sending troops over there. They made a statement about how, Russia cannot win this war. So they said that would be a catastrophic scenario, and they're right. A lot of these nation leaders are coming out giving their predictions about what would happen if this war was to escalate. They're pretty much right, based off of prophecy. It is going to be catastrophic, but that's what we're looking for. Because these things must come to pass, these prophecies must come to pass, in order for our kingdom to be, or for Yahushai's kingdom to be ushered in, That's why we pay attention to news articles like this in the news and looking out for these last bit of prophecies, but it says the possibility mulled by the French president could be taken as a declaration of war on Moscow. The potential deployment of NATO troops to Ukraine will lead to a catastrophic scenario. It could be interpreted as a declaration of war on Moscow. The vice speaker of Russia's upper chamber, the Federation Council, offered his take on remarks by French President Emmanuel Macron on the possibility of sending troops in a telegram post on Tuesday. The approach exhibited by the French leader carries a risk of the situation devolving into a catastrophic scenario. This is the line beyond which is no longer just NATO's involvement in the war. This has been happening for a long time, but can be interpreted as the alliance entering direct hostilities. The senator's comments echoed a statement made by the Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov, who said the move would make a direct collision between the U.S.-led bloc and Moscow not only possible, but eventually inevitable. So, Kremlin spokesman said that, this is pretty much inevitable for this to happen. The idea of sending ground forces to Ukraine was raised by Macron on Monday while he was speaking to reporters after a meeting of European leaders in Paris. The president suggested that any scenario, including sending in troops, cannot be ruled out, arguing that the West should stop at nothing to prevent Russia from prevailing over Ukraine. So the West is going to stop at nothing, from preventing, Russia from winning. The remarks prompted NATO allies to publicly reject the suggestion, with the bloc's leadership insisting no preparation to send forces to Ukraine actually exists. Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg stated there were no plans for NATO combat troops on the ground in Ukraine. So they see. But, the scriptures tell a different story. What's going on. This is Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured by the fire of my jealousy. So it's the Most High's determination to gather these nations over there, man, so that he can judge them through a nuclear destruction, as well as judging America. So this is going to happen, The French are going to invade, NATO troops are going to invade, China, all India, all these places are going to gather into the Middle East, for this Third World War. Because that's the Most High's determination for it to happen. But then once that happens, this is what we look forward to after the time of Jacob's trouble, after the hour of temptation, when the elect is delivered. For then will I turn the people to a pure language, that they may call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent. Yeah, we want to be turned to a pure language, go back to a pure nation again, man. Under Yahweh Shai, man. That's what we look forward with this catastrophic scenario. Must come to pass first. It was 2 Ezra 16:1. Woe unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with clasps of sack and hair. Bewail your children. Be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Yeah, the time is coming, man. Skipping down to verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. So the arrows talking about the nuclear missiles, man. The outcome of this Third World War. You know, that's going to be the outcome of it. So these nations will be gathered together, and there will be a catastrophic event, a destruction, man. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled, and shall not be put out until it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as the arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth, shall not return again. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Yeah, you know, that fire that's kindled, the fire of my jealousy. What is that? It's that nuclear destruction. With some arrows that are going to be shot from one end of the earth to the other. As we just read, man. It's not talking about a regular arrow, some of them missiles, man. They're going to come out of them silos. From one end of the earth into the other, you know. This is what Ezra saw. It was like, who will deliver me in those days, you know? You know, Shai is going to be your deliverer. Lord will. If you want to endure unto the very end in this thing. The last scriptures, Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. From my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. And seek ye out the book, you know, the scriptures, and read. None of these shall fail. None of these what? These prophecies. The Lord said he's going to, it's his determination to gather the nations, you know. So these nations will be gathered together. So NATO allies and NATO representation that goes off and says no plans for NATO combat troops on the ground in Ukraine. You know, that's a lie. You know, they're planning it. It's going to happen. Because none of these shall fail. None of these prophecies. And that's all the scriptures talk about, you know. It's the day of doom, man. Doomsday. Fire of my jealousy, you know. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss, when they began to be shot to the ends of the world. So yeah, that prophecy is going to come to pass. The prophecy of the microchip, man. The mark of the beast. That's going to come to pass, man. The hour of temptation. No man shall buy or sell. At least he have the mark. You know, that chip. The forehead prophecy. And in your right hand. Ultimately, you know, the time of Jacob's trouble. You know, a time that has never been before since there was a nation. That's how bad it's going to be out here. But yeah, you saw a lot of these Russian advisors and these Russian leaders all over the world, man. They're predicting, you know, the possibilities. You know, if this war increases, it's going to be catastrophic. You know, and that's exactly what's going to happen. But with that, you know, shalom.